Hello, this is Bonsai Anonymous, and it is my son's 42nd birthday today. Happy birthday, Tim. I know you won't see this, but happy birthday anyway. Um, I'm here with this. Yeah, there it is. There it is. It's duck. It's a duck, yeah. And I thought I would talk about a few things. And you can pass on this if you don't want to hear anything about mental illness, because I'm a practitioner of it. And so that's one reason why I have some gaps in days when I don't do anything, doing any videos. And actually, I don't do much of anything those days. Because I have something called treatment-resistant depression. I'm just throwing that out there for anybody out there who has a similar situation. It's tough, and been treated for this for a long time. Way back. Probably before 2000, off and on. And more, what's the word? More seriously in the last 5 years. And I take a lot of medicine. I am legally able to use this. This is medical marijuana. It really, for those of you who haven't tried it, I don't know. I can recommend it personally. You know, it helps with a couple things very well. One thing is it helps with pain. And not all kinds of pain, but some pain. I have headaches aren't helped, but stiff joints, nausea is something that is helped by it. And I grew up pronouncing that word a couple of ways, nausea, and so I always say it wrong. And that's thank you to those of you who haven't pointed it out to me. You're nice to me. Anyway, so this treatment-resistant depression gives me days where things aren't so good, and today was one of them. Just for the heck of it, a few minutes ago, I took out my horn to play, and nothing happened in there at all. No air. I'm shaking. What you can see me moving back and forth here, I really apologize for it. It's something called rocking, and I just found out what it is. I've done it for a long time. And it has some connection in some people's minds to autism and Asperger's and so forth, but I haven't been diagnosed with either of those. Or Parkinson's. I've been just diagnosed with essential tremor so far. But all I can say about rocking is that I noticed I was doing it one day, and it just starts. I can stop it, but it isn't very long before I feel the pressure if I'm having a day that needs it. And those of you who do this, or something similar, probably understand this. It's a form of stimming. And all my life I've always had a foot that wouldn't stop, or tapping on the table, and all sorts of things that I think could easily fall into that category. So I couldn't play today. I haven't felt good all day. It's hard to describe. I have pressure in my chest also. I've got a heart problem and bad hips, all the things you get when you're 69 years old and you haven't spent much of your life working on being healthy. There were a few times, but not many. So I take a lot of antidepressants, and I have a duck on my shoulder now and then. Hi, Ducky. Yeah, you're a good girl. She got in trouble today because she bit me a few times, and I don't know that she meant anything, but when she gets excited, she can draw blood. There's no question of that. Right now, she's just relaxing a little. She's also mad that I haven't been in here much today. I felt like sitting in the living room. I went outside and blah, blah, blah. So on days like this is sort of like a confession, but also it's part of what is me. And I know there's some people out there that have similar situations. And I would recommend that you get professional help if you think that it's something that you can't handle. And oddly enough, I was able to tell when I couldn't handle it. Isn't that strange? A friend of mine said that the crazy people are always the last ones to know, but I think I had a suspicion before that there was something not right. ADHD, I've had that for years. My mind is like, it's like 14 different television channels going on at the same time and switching in between. And non sequiturs, a lot of them. Plus, I don't remember things. I thought back today to my early retirement, which was 2017. And the first 2 or 3 years of it, I don't have any memories of it. The only memory I have is sitting in the studio with Matt and Matthew, he likes to be called, Matthew and Greg Diaz, working on the album. I remember that, but I can't actually tell you what years that was. It had to be 2017 or around 2018. I also got reacquainted with a really good friend from some years ago, and I can't remember what year it was we made contact again, and I'm the one that did it. So this whole memory loss thing is, I guess it's scary. It's annoying more than that at the moment. It's annoying to be talking to someone and then right in the middle of a sentence have to say, I don't know what we're talking about. Or even worse, what I'm talking about. And it happens in my head too. I don't know what I'm thinking about all of a sudden. I lose it. Sitting in the hot tub today, relaxing, trying to relax, and it happened to me 3 or 4 times in a row where I had a thought going and then it just flew out the window and I couldn't get it back. I've tried to get them back, and very rarely, and of course if someone's listening to me, they may have picked up on what I'm talking about. No guarantee of that though. And they can remind me. And then sometimes I can get back. But I could never teach now. I could never teach. There's no way. I'd have to have a teleprompter now. I just don't. My mind doesn't work that way. I have fairly good luck doing stream of consciousness teaching, which is what I do with the bonsai, which more or less is just sitting and working on bonsai and talking about it, what I'm doing and why. That's all. In a very amateur filming, no editing and all that. And that doesn't matter to me either, because the reason I'm doing it is for my mental health. It's good to have an activity that you can relax doing and that has some creative output. Bonsai is very creative, and in my hands, I like radical bonsai, and not that radical, but more radical than some, because I can't afford to have it be traditional. Everything is way too expensive. The pots and all that are way too expensive. Antique ones and so forth. So that's a reason why I said the other day I might talk about some of my other problems, and these are a few of them. Mental illness is kind of an umbrella term for what I have. I've been diagnosed bipolar. I've been diagnosed treatment resistant. I haven't been diagnosed schizophrenic, although I do have the gene for it. Isn't that a joy when you find out something like that? Also, the MRF, is that right? MRSA, whatever the gene is, that's another one we don't want. I have that one too. But I think that at the age of almost 70, I'm not going to worry about those two things too much. I do hear voices, and sometimes it's pretty good conversation. So who's going to complain about that? I was going to go to a concert tonight. One of my really good friends has 2 more concerts left before he retires, and tonight was one of them. And earlier today, I was planning on going. And as the day went on, my mood and everything just went down, and I finally had to tell my wife, we can't go. I'm not gonna sit there and be this way at that concert. It's I'm just not. And I am not in the spot where, I mean, this is a concert at which I probably would know a lot of people there because I played with a lot of them. I haven't seen most of them for more than 10 years, or at least 6 years, at least since I retired, 7 years. That's when I stopped playing. So, what I first of all, I don't want to answer any questions, very much anyway, and I don't want to take any attention away from what the attention should be on. Not that it would happen, but I don't even want to take a chance of it. The other thing is I don't look the same, so maybe some people wouldn't recognize me. That's a plus. That happened to me before when I lost weight. I remember walking down the hall and Mike Brignola at FAU, walking down the hall, and Mike Brignola's coming toward me down the hall. He was the sax teacher then. And as he got to me, he said, "Have you seen Tim Walters? I need to talk to him." And I said, "Yeah, I think he was in the office." Because he hadn't seen me for a while, since I lost maybe 100 pounds or something like that. That's kind of shocking to think that I weighed almost 350 at one point. Now I'm around maybe 230. And that's too big for a 69-year-old, even one who's 5'10". So anyway, this is turning out to be like true confessions, and believe me, there's a lot more. There's a lot more. But I'm trying to get myself to the point where I can forgive myself for not going to that concert tonight, and I think I've done it. Dave has one more concert in May, and at that concert, he's going to ask a lot of the alumni of his group to come and play a tune or something. He's already told me that he would like me to be there, and I'll just have to see. If it's a day like today, I don't think I'm going to be much of a help to him at that concert. I'm not as good at faking my way through this kind of stuff as I used to be. Yeah, not as good at it. So anyway, we can have a better day tomorrow, right? We can. Anyway, this is Bonsai Anonymous, Ducky, and treatment-resistant depression out.